Taxpayers are shelling out more than £5 million a year for immigrants who bring harems into Britain. Under an astonishing loophole in British law, Muslims who settle here with up to 4 wives are entitled to a raft of benefits. If the wives married in a country where polygamy is legal, they can all hit the UK taxpayer for job seekers allowance, housing benefit, and council tax relief. And if these harems have children, they can also claim child benefit and family tax credits. The exhausted husband also gets a job seeker's allowance of £90.10 a week for himself and his first wife. Extra wives get £32.65 each. Work and Pensions Secretary John Hutton was unaware of the bizarre system until the People began investigating. There are believed to be hundreds of harems in Britain. Welfare Minister Philip Hunt admitted British law recognizes those marriages. Income-related benefits can be paid for more than one wife. A spokesman for the Department for Work and Pensions said, ministers have asked officials to urgently examine whether the current position is the best possible.
Dave, I don't know what to take to task here. Is this the social setup in Great Britain? In other words, we've seen time and time again where people trying to help other people don't think these things through, and consequently, the taxpayer ends up paying big time for their lack of foresight and so on.
But Tom, this is just part of what they have done to allow Muslims they're practically taking over Great Britain. And it was homegrown Muslim boys who loved, soccer and cricket, who blew themselves up on those trains and the subways. But Tom, it's not only bizarre, it's worse than bizarre. It raises a good question. Now, this could be a haven for Mormon polygamists from the U.S.,
but that won't work because it needed to be established in the country. In other words, they had to come from a country in which polygamy was legalized, and then they would support those people as they immigrated.
Yeah, but Tom, I think they could attack that law. That's discrimination.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean legal? If it's not legal in England, how could it be legal somewhere else? And why would England acknowledge the legality of something? I mean, just because some other country says it's legal, shouldn't make it legal in England. What it is intimidation by the Muslims. That's why they wouldn't do this for anyone else. Mm-hmm. So England has really got itself in a problem here, and they are going to reap a lot more if they don't straighten this thing out. Because remember, Tom, I don't know whether I mentioned on the radio, maybe I did, but I was in England not too long ago, and I was right next to a city, 75% Muslim. They have a Muslim mayor. They boast they will be 100% Muslim, and that's probably right because everybody moves out.
Right.
You can't take it.
And the Bobbies are fearful of even going in, establishing law and order.
And they say they will have a string of cities in crescent shape all across England that will be 100% Muslim, and they will adopt Sharia, Islamic law. All right? Even Canada is saying, well, maybe we ought to let them, where the Muslims are, let them practice Sharia. Well, what does that mean? That's unbelievable what that means. We won't even go into that.
Yeah, what does it do to a country's legal system, its system of justice, and so on? It's they're partitioning it, basically, city by city.
See, the Muslims are very aggressive because they're following Muhammad. He said Islam must be forced on all the world by the sword. We kill them if they don't convert. Well, they're not quite doing that in England, although they'll blow themselves up to kill a lot of you, to intimidate you further. But they're opening the door to Sharia, to Islamic law. Well, if a harem is legal, then make it a law that all women must wear the burqa. Let me explain what's happened in South Africa. South Africa, they have, last I knew, 3% Muslim population. They have forced on South Africa. Islamic, it's like kosher. The Jews don't make everybody eat kosher, but the Muslims have done that. There must be a Muslim imam present. Any chicken is killed, any cow or whatever. He must be there and he must certify, and all meat in South Africa must have an imam stamp on it. They have forced this. Even the cereals, everything in the grocery stores now, you got to have an imam stamp on it to show that it has been, prepared under the supervision of imams. Makes a lot of income for a lot of imams.
I was going to say, they're not volunteering this work, are they?
No. So, Tom, this is where it is going. And wish we could appeal to our listeners out there. Please get Judgment Day in your local library. You can give it to the library and do that all across this country. People need to know the truth about Islam. But it's, Tom, what is it? Where does it come from? It comes from liberalism. Well, anything goes. Well, I mean, let's open it up. This is what they want to do. Okay, we'll open it to homosexuality. We'll open it to this. We'll open it to that. Except, anything goes except Christianity. That is too narrow-minded and dogmatic. And I can tell you, Tom, this is where England is, and we are not far behind. Tom, the last line there is almost hilarious.
Ministers have asked officials to urgently examine whether the current position is the best possible.
I don't think you need much examination.
Yeah. No, somebody woke up one day and said, hey, whoops, we're in a deep pit here, and it's going to get worse, as you said.
For more information about the Berean call us toll-free at our order number or visit our website,